Need some coins for that God Squad you've always wanted? Check out redzonecoins.com for cheap and fast coins. You can use code ZERK for 10% off at checkout. Get 1,000,000 coins for $45.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today we have every single superstar and X Factor ability in Madden 21, and also which players have them, of course, in the head-to-head rosters. Couple things I want to say. First up, when it comes to this, these could change, right? People could definitely be changed. Maybe some of the players in here that have superstar abilities, whatever, they won't when the game comes out. But these abilities are, in fact, in the game. However, they could take them out. They actually did take out film study, which was a big thing during the beta. On Earl Thomas, of course, he had film study. If you ran the same play a couple of times, and he could see exactly what you were doing every time you ran that same exact play again. So they took that ability out. Let me know down below what you guys think about that. But there are a ton of different abilities. Don't be surprised if some of these players change in terms of what abilities they have, or maybe if another one of these abilities gets taken out of the game, or maybe the description gets changed before the game comes out. Things could change. But before I go any farther, I do want to give a shout out to Josh K for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance to be shouted out in the next video, drop a like in the vid, make sure you guys are subbed to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and comment down below Noti Gang. I also may be doing a separate video going over like my top 10 most overpowered abilities, because I've heard there are a lot of really good abilities that are revealed, so this could be interesting. Shout out to Madden School for this, and also code ZERK right now, 30% off on gfuel.com through tomorrow. So make sure you guys check that out. Let's get into this because I have a feeling this is probably going to be like a 25 to 30 minute video. So let's start off with the first batch of abilities. So Tom Brady and Drew Brees, of course, we got pro reads. Not going to take too much time. Abilities that we already know about, like pro reads, that's pretty obvious. They enter the zone. Their first open receiver is highlighted. They ignore defensive pressure. We had that last year. Bazooka, their maximum throwing distance increased by 15 yards. Mahomes has that. Aaron Rodgers has Gambler, which I believe he has as well in Madden 20. When they enter the zone, they cannot be intercepted by AN defenders, but they do have increased throw speed now, which I don't believe was in Madden 20. And of course, Lamar Jackson, we know he has Truz, so basically, he can't fumble. Next up is going to be Blitz Radar, which Russell Wilson has. Again, I believe he had that in Madden 20 as well. When they enter the zone, all blitzing linebackers and defensive backs are highlighted. Fearless, this is on Brady, Brees, and also Matt Ryan. Passers with this ability are immune to throw penalties caused by defensive pressure. Again, Madden 20, Hot Route Master by Tom Brady, 4 extra hot routes, set feet lead also by Tom Brady. Passers ability have increased throw power on bullet precision passes made while their feet are set. Next, of course, is going to be Conductor, which you guys know, twice as fast, basically adjustments. We have Escape Artist, which that's on Kyler Murray, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson. Obviously, Escape Artist from the beta didn't really seem as good as Madden 20. That's one thing I definitely noticed. Pass ability are faster and more responsive to user input when rolling out of the pocket. Quick draw. This is actually interesting. This is on Kyler, Carson Wentz, Lamar Jackson. They have faster throwing animations when under pressure. Of course, we already know what Dashing Jedi is, but it's a little bit different in Madden 20. It is only for all throws under 40 yards, so you can't throw a 70-yard bomb on the run and expect it to actually hit. That's on Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. And of course, Red Zone Deadeye, that is on Mahomes and Drew Brees. They have perfect pass accuracy on all unpressured throws inside the red zone. Next, we actually have 2 abilities only on Patrick Mahomes. That is No Look Deadeye. So, of course, perfect passes on all crossbody throws up to 20 yards. You'll notice it's on except on high and low throws for like all the passing one, which is kind of interesting. We also have Comeback, which has extended range and all unpressured precision passing from the pocket again, Mahomes. This one is only on Dak, though. Anchored Extender, while in the pocket, passers with this ability are almost guaranteed to break the first sack attempt by a blitzing defensive back. Kind of cool there, but not really one that's super useful. Gutsy Scrambler, they are immune to throw penalties caused by defensive pressure while on the run. That's only on Dak and Russell Wilson. Again, one that I think is kind of cool for Dak to actually have. And then Sideline Deadeye, so passers with this ability have perfect accuracy on all throws outside the numbers. That's only on Wentz. Next up, though, we have Sleight of Hand, which they have a higher chance of success on pump fakes and double moves. That's only on Matt Ryan. Kind of thought it'd be on Big Ben as well. He's kind of known as like a big pump faker. Aaron Rodgers, pass lead elite. Passer's ability have increased throw power and bullet precision passes, again, except on high and low throws. Roaming Deadeye, they have perfect accuracy on all unpressured throws, while their feet are set outside of the pocket. That's on Rodgers and Deshaun Watson. Gunslinger, of course, that is only going to be on Aaron Rodgers. Of course, it's just faster pass animations and increased velocity on bullet passes. And then Fast Break, which is just better, basically, user input when you are running undesigned quarterback run play. So read options, QB draws, only Lamar Jackson. Again, another Lamar Jackson ability here is Tight Out. So this is actually one that I noticed in the beta. Pass this ability improve the catching prowess of all tight ends who are open on pass plays. Lofting Deadeye, that is by Drew Brees. He has perfect accuracy on all lob or touch passes, so that's kind of interesting there. Indoor Baller, of course, that's going to be Drew Brees playing indoor stadium. They can easily enter the zone. Safety Valve, again, another one only on Drew Brees. They improve the catching rating for all running backs who are open on pass plays. Clutch, midway through the fourth quarter in close games, players' ability can easily enter and remain in the zone. Only Brady and Russell Wilson. Now, in terms of the quarterbacks, it really doesn't seem like there's anything too new. Agile, extended wall in the pocket, pass ability are almost guaranteed to evade the first sack attempt by a blitzing defensive back. Again, that is only Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson. And then, of course, we have Jukebox, which pretty obvious what Jukebox is. That's on Lamar Jackson. Long range Deadeye. Pretty self-explanatory there. Perfect pass accuracy on all deep throws of the feet are set. Again, that is only Russell Wilson. So that's it for the quarterbacks. Now we get into the running back ability. So yes, Freight Train is back. You can see these are the X Factor. So first one free, Freight Train. Ankle Breaker, however, looks to be a new one. So of course, first one's free. You guys already know what that is. That's Saquon and Dalvin Cook. Freight Train, that is Nick Chubb, Ezekiel Elliott, and Derrick Henry. Missing a T on Elliott there, by the way. Ankle Breaker, truly devastating receiving threats are the ones that catch and can't be caught. When they enter the zone, they have increased fake out rates on spin, juke, and hurdles after the catch. So that's only on CMC. So here's the thing, right? That is only after the catch. But if you have first ones free, then that's just in general. It's just next spin, juke, or hurdle. So I think I'd rather have first ones free because it's just all the time. And then, of course, you know, Freight Train, you're basically going to break the first tackle. Now let's get into some of the superstar abilities. So, of course, Armbar is back. That's on Mixon and Derrick Henry. Balance Beam. So avoid stumbling when carrying the ball. Don't really stumble a lot in games anyways, but maybe it'll be a little more Madden 21. Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, and Dalvin Cook. Bruiser, obviously more truck and stiff arm managed. They're better. That is on Nick Chubb. Reach for it. Ball carrier's ability will frequently attempt to gain extra yards while being tackled. I really like that, the sound of that ability. That is Nick Chubb and Ezekiel Elliott. Maybe that's going to be a little bit overpowered, especially if that is an ultimate team. Imagine like 3rd and 1 and you tackle them like a yard or two behind the line of scrimmage and they pick up the first down. That would suck. So we'll see how that one transitions over to Ultimate Team. And we do also have Leapfrog, which it looks like it's a little bit different. With this ability, they will hold on to the ball if tackled during a hurdle, which is cool. That's on Zeke, Saquon Barkley, and Christian McCaffrey. Leapfrog really just gave you like better hurdle animations or jumping animations in Madden 20. Energizer. Ball carriers with this ability will replenish a portion of their stamina upon successfully performing any skill move. That is on Zeke and Dalvin Cook. We also have Evasive. Ball carriers with this ability have steerable, juke, and spin animations. That is on Saquon and also Christian McCaffrey. I don't know if it was 19 or 18 where there was like a Team of the Week LaShawn McCoy and he had Energizer. That is like the one card I vividly remember having Energizer. I think it may have been Madden 18, but Energizer is not a completely new one to Madden. Of course, we have Backfield Mismatch, which is running backs. This ability have better catching traffic and route running when coming out of the backfield. That is on Saquon and Kyle Juszczyk, so you get a tight end there. We also have Tank. So players with this ability will break almost any hit stick tackle attempts made on them. That is on Leonard Fournette and Derrick Henry, definitely deserving on Derrick Henry there. Backfield Master, of course, that's going to be additional hot routes, better route running, and improved catching against linebackers and defensive linemen. Christian McCaffrey, of course, deserves that. We also have Playmaker, so they're granted immediate and precise reactions to Playmaker inputs. Again, CMC is going to be the ultimate pass catching back. Second wind. Players' ability have a chance to replenish their stamina once per play when it's half depleted. That is only on Josh Jacobs. So that's interesting. Okay, so that's actually pretty cool because if you like juke out two defenders, right, you're going to use a lot of your stamina. And then if you're running down the sideline, you might not be able to break away from a safety or something because you're running low on stamina. You guys can run a lot slower. Well, Josh Jacobs going to get his stamina back, given he's not the fastest running back in Madden, but that's actually pretty cool. Also, we have Bulldozers, which they have more powerful truck animations. That as well is going to be on Josh Jacobs. Matchup nightmares only on Alvin Kamara, so of course they make sharper cuts. And they win contested catches when covered by linebackers and linemen. Running back apprentice. When lined up at running back, players will have access to 4 additional hot routes. Again, Alvin Kamara. Closer, they have reduced zone objectives in the second half. That is on Derrick Henry and also jukebox, only Dalvin Cook. Now, funny enough, Nasty Streak, which was a big thing for Joe Thomas at the beginning of Madden 20, is only on Kyle Juszczyk. So they have win impact blocks against linebackers and defensive backs playing as a lineman or fullback. So Kyle Juszczyk should be getting some nasty blocks out here. Now we're on to the wide receivers and tight ends. You guys can see why it's going to take a while. Double me. You guys don't know what double me is when they enter the zone. Aggressive catches. More than likely going to catch it. Travis Kelce, Mike Evans, DeAndre Hopkins, Julio, Devontae Adams, and Adam Thielen. Rack them up. Of course, when they enter the zone, this ability increases their success rate on rack catches against single coverage. Stephon Diggs and also Tyreek Hill. And then max security, which I'm not really the biggest fan of. They're basically just better at catching possession catches. Keenan Allen, Cooper, and Michael Thomas. Yak them up. That is George Kittle's. They're nearly guaranteed to break their first post-catch tackle. That is going to be tough. So now let's get into the actual abilities, because they are a little bit different this year in Madden 21. Receivers' ability to catch more consistently while catching passes less than 10 yards from the line of scrimmage inside the numbers. That is D-Hop, Kittle, and Michael Thomas. We also have mid and elite. So when catching passes 10 to 20 yards from the line of scrimmage inside the numbers, Sutton, Mike Evans, D-Hop, Zach Ertz, and Julian Edelman. Deep in elite, of course, that is catch patches 20 plus yards from the line of scrimmage inside the numbers. That is Stephon Diggs. We also have short out elite, which is less than 10 yards. Outside, that's Tyreek, Kittle, DJ Moore, Michael Thomas. Mid out elite, again, same thing with like the deep out elite, mid out elite. You guys can see the players it's available on there. Now let's get into some other abilities though, like outside apprentice. So when lined up at wide receiver, excluding slot players' ability have access to 4 additional hot routes. That's Allen Robinson, Keenan Allen, Cooper, Julio, and Devontae Adams. Jukebox is on Diggs, OBJ, and Tyreek Hill. Grab and Go is on Diggs, OBJ, and Tyreek Hill as well. By the way, with Grab and Go this year, you can see ball carrier's ability can quickly shift momentum, change direction, and turn the corner without sacrificing speed. So again, it's going to be very similar to Madden 20s, where it's basically human joystick after the catch, which is cool. And then, of course, we have Return Man with Cordell Patterson and Andre Roberts. Now until red zone threat, which you guys know is just contested catches against single coverage. That is going to be on Gronk, Mike Evans, DeAndre Hopkins, Kenny Galladay, Devontae Adams, and Cooper Kupp. Second win. This is very similar to what Josh Jacobs has, just as 4 wide receivers, and it's only on Chris Godwin, so he must be pretty good after the catch, I guess. Route technician, receivers' ability have a high success rate when creating separation on the last cut of any route. T.Y., Cooper, Julio, Devontae Adams, and Michael Thomas. Tank, of course, is going to be on Rob Gronkowski. Tight end apprentice, you guys know additional hot routes, Travis Kelce and Zach Ertz. Leapfrog, you guys know about that. That's on Travis Kelce. Route apprentice, that is going to be on George Kittle. So Kittle, that's a little bit better for him because he does have that available if he lines up at wide receiver, at tight end, wherever. With Kelce and Ertz, it's only at tight end, so that is really, really good to see. Now we're on to the offensive linemen, which we kind of already know in Madden 20, these abilities don't really work that well in offensive linemen, but we'll see how they work in Madden 21. Here we have all day, so of course allows for less frequent shed attempts by the block target. By the way, the 21 beta pass rush really wasn't that bad, so I'm not sure how much these are going to be needed. Mitchell Schwartz, Tyron Smith, and David Bakhtiari have that. Edge protector, you guys see who has that. Screen protector, blocker's ability will dominantly win impact blocks on screenplays, which I saw screenplays work very, very well. So that's actually a pretty interesting ability. We also have post up. So blocker's ability are almost guaranteed to win any double team block. That is Zach Martin, Brandon Brooks, Trent Brown, and also Brandon Sheriff. Nasty streak, which that is going to be back, of course, in offensive lineman as well. Quentin Nelson, Lane Johnson, Trent Brown. Unspun. Blockers of this ability defend against spin pass rush moves as if they had an additional resistance point. That goes to Whitworth. Lifeguard blocks ability defend against swim/club pass rush moves as they had an additional resistance point. Brandon Brooks and Ronnie Stanley. Tough Nut. Blockers this ability have an increased number of blocker resistance points. That's on Teron Armstead. We also have Polar Elite, which is basically just these guys will frequently attempt and win pole blocks. Quentin Nelson and David DeCastro. Matador. Blockers ability have stronger protection against both pass rush moves, which is Rodney Hunter. Pretty sure it's supposed to be Rodney Hudson. And Brandon Sheriff. Tear-proof. Blockers ability defend against rip pass rush moves if they had an additional resistance point. That is going to be David DeCastro. A little bit of misspellings here in the actual text. Fool Me Once. Blockers ability gain blocker resistance points at a faster rate. Lane Johnson, Ryan Ramczyk, natural talent, of course, they start every new blocking encounter with built-in resistance. Jason Kelsey. So not much new when it comes to the offensive lineman there, but defensive lineman, of course, we have Unstoppable Force, which you guys already know how OP that is in Madden 20. That's on Mac, Myles Garrett, Joey Bosa, DeMarcus Lawrence, Cameron Jordan, TJ Watt, and Danielle Hunter. Fearmonger, again, one that's in Madden 20, Von Miller, Fletcher Cox. Relentless, though, when they enter the zone, their rush move attempts are free. So the difference here, Unstoppable Force, you can see when they enter the zone, the ability increases their win rate and block shed speed against one-on-one pass blocks. With the Relentless, I think that would work more so if they actually ended up getting double teamed and everything. Because see, when they enter the zone, their rush move attempts are free. So I don't know which one is going to be better, Unstoppable Force or Relentless. I'm going to guess probably Unstoppable Force, but I guess we'll have to see. We do also have Reinforcement. By the way, these are X Factor abilities, so keep that in mind. Reinforcement, the game's top defenders excel in all situations. When they enter the zone, this ability increases their chance of defeating run blocks and disrupting catches via tackles. Derwin James and Harrison Smith. Now this one, I've seen a ton of people talk about over on Twitter. Avalanche. When they enter the zone, any successful hit stick made while running towards the line of scrimmage will result in a fumble. Bobby Wagner and Jamal Adams. Now, if that is an ultimate team, forget Enforcer. That is very, very good. Is it overpowered? Maybe. We'll see if, I'm very, very close to reaching a certain tier reward for Weekend League, and I get hit by an Avalanche hit stick and I fumble and lose the game. Then I will decide if it is overpowered. Blitz. Effective D-line captains aren't just examples to follow, they are motivators. When they enter the zone, all opposing blockers have their resistance bars wiped out. That is on Aaron Donald. We also have a Run Stuffer, of course. This ability increases their win rate and block shed speed against one-on-one run blocks. That's on Calais Campbell. Now, Momentum Shift. This is one that we had this year as well. When they enter the zone, all the field opponents are knocked out of the zone or lose and progress towards entering the zone. I'm supposed to say all progress towards entering the zone. That's on Chris Jones. Shut Down, again, one that we had in Madden 20. When they enter the zone, their coverage is tighter and interceptions more frequent on contested catches. Tre'Davious White, Tyrann Mathieu, Richard Sherman, Jair Alexander, and Stephon Gilmore. Now we also have Zone Hawk, which is again one that we had in Madden 20. That's on Devin McCourty. Bottlenecks. This is a new one. When they enter the zone, they are highly likely to dominantly win any man, press, and counter. That is on Jalen Ramsey. So that is it for the X Factors. But now we get into the actual superstar abilities on the defense side of the ball. We have Swim Club. So defender's ability will ignore 1 bar of blocker resistance when attempting swim/club pass rush moves on Bosa, DeMarcus Lawrence, Eric Armstead, and JJ Watt. Edge threat, more dominant pass rush moves, of course. You can see who that's on. No outsiders, again, another one that was in Madden 20. Just kind of helps at those outside zone plays. Under pressure, they can just apply pressure to a quarterback from a greater distance. Again, you can see who that's on. Now, we do have BOGO. So, defender's ability are granted a free pass rush move once per play after spending a pass rush point. So, Shaquille Barrett and Josh Allen. Run Stopper, of course. They do not need to spend a point on shed attempts during a run play. That is Calais Campbell and JJ Watt. We also have Inside Stuff. So, of course, just inside zone plays. Can be better at shedding for that. Edge Threat Elite, which is just more dominant pass rush moves and applies significant quarterback pressure while rushing from the edge of the defense. Chandler Jones, Zadarius Smith, Cameron Jordan, and Danielle Hunter. I believe this is also a new one as well with El Toro. Defender's ability will receive dominant bull rush wins when their pass rush points are full. That is on Myles Garrett, Chris Jones, DeForest Buckner, Fletcher, Grady Jarrett, Aaron Donald, and of course JJ Speedster. Defender's ability will ignore 1 bar of blocker resistance when attempting speed rush moves. Nick Bosa and Danielle Hunter. Extra credit pass rushers' ability are granted an additional maximum pass rush move point. Again, Danielle Hunter and Nick Bosa. Strip specialists, they will tackle efficiently or can still tackle efficiently while trying to strip the ball. You can see who that is on. We also have unpredictable, which is only on Cameron Hayward. Defenders' ability are less likely to increase their blockers' resistance bars when performing shed wins. Reach Elite, they of course can just tackle and engage with blocks or sack someone. Geno Atkins, Chandler Jones, and Ryan Kerrigan. We also have Ripper, which again is on only Geno Atkins. Defender's ability will ignore 1 bar of blocker resistance when attempting rip pass rush moves. Goal line stuff, they just have quicker run sheds near the goal line, which is nice to have, of course. That is going to be on only Chris Jones. Secure tackler, higher success rate on conservative tackles, only on Fletcher there. Defensive rally, defender's ability will grant a bonus pass rush point to all defensive linemen on any 3rd or 4th down. Eric Armstead, that's actually pretty cool too. Adrenaline rush, pass rush with ability will have all their pass rush moves restored after sacking the quarterback. That is only on Von Miller. Of course, we have Out of My Ways, Darius Smith, and Bobby Wagner. So they have dominant impact block wins against running backs, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends. Mr. Big Stop. This is on Zadarius Smith. Defender's ability will start 3rd or 4th down with at least half of their maximum pass rush points. That's pretty cool. Now, of course, we do have Lurker here. Defender's ability can make jumping 180-degree interceptions while lurking in a zone in the middle of the field. Only Levante David and Eric Kendricks. We also have Outmatched. So they're highly likely when contested catches against running backs. That is on Fred Warner. So kind of a counter to matchup nightmare, basically. Now, of course, we have tackle sprint, which is only on Bobby Wagner. They have better conservative / dive tackling and are rarely faked out by ball carrier moves and cannot be faked out when user controlled. Short route KO. So again, kind of similar to like the wide receiver ones, right? It's pretty similar here. Less than 10 yards from line of scrimmage and man-to-man medium route KO. Better, just more catch, tackle, knockouts, man-to-man versus medium routes, 10 to 20 yards from the line of scrimmage. And then, of course, the deep one, you can see who those are all on in terms of abilities, which kind of interesting here, by the way. If you take a look at the medium route KO, it's in man-to-man versus medium routes, but it's on Micah Hyde and Justin Simmons. So 2 safeties. Now we have flat zone, mid zone, and deep in zone, and also deep out zone, all KO, of course. You can see what they're all about. That, of course, is going to be in zone coverage, less than 10 yards from line of scrimmage outside the hash marks, less than 20 yards from line of scrimmage inside the numbers, and 10 to 20 yards outside. Deep in zone is going to be in deep zone coverage, 20 plus yards from line of scrimmage and inside the numbers. And then, of course, we have deep out zone. So, honestly, it makes it kind of interesting to try to put defensive abilities on like secondary players, because you may not actually get to use them. It really depends on just what your opponent's running, because if they're only running deep routes, they're only running like short routes, and you have all these deep abilities on your defender, you're kind of just wasting it. So it makes things a little bit more interesting. However, there are some abilities you can put on, like Acrobat, of course, which defender's ability will die for increased range on pass breakups and interceptions. That's one I definitely will be putting on. One stop ahead. Defender's ability generally react much faster to receiver cut moves when in man coverage. So that's pretty cool too. Pick Artist, of course, you guys already know what Pick Artist is. You just have a limited stamina on the return and better catching. Now we also have Bench Press. This is on Jalen Ramsey. Defender's ability applied bonus fatigue to their man coverage target after a successful press win chuck out. Defender's ability slow down their target after a successful zone chuck. That's on Byron and Richard Sherman. Stonewall. They will frequently prevent additional yardage gains while tackling. Like to see that. Tip drill, of course, they just have an increased chance to catch patches them and tipped in the air. Unfakeable, defender's ability are rarely faked out by ball carrier moves and cannot be faked out when user controlled. It's on Derwin and Devin McCourty. We also have Lumberjack, so of course that was another one that's in Madden 20. Do not allow broken tackles and cause more fumbles when cut sticking ball carriers. Enforcer is returning, however. Defender's ability don't allow broken tackle when hit sticking ball carriers regardless of the runner's size or power. And now we get into the kicker and punter superstar abilities. Of course, we have focus kicker and clutch kicker, which are both back. Now, we have X Factor abilities that no player has just yet. So these are just ones that are in the game. Maybe they're only Ultimate Team abilities, but they're just kind of coded into the game for now. We have high-low Deadeye. So into the end of the zone, all high and low passes are thrown with perfect accuracy. We also have a run and gun. When they enter the zone, they have perfect accuracy while throwing on the run. Brick wall, which of course, they're almost guaranteed to break the first sack attempt by any blitzing defender. Omaha, so I guess that means Peyton Manning is probably going to be returning in Ultimate Team. When they enter the zone, they have full vision of secondaries, defensive coverage before the snap, and of course, Moss, which is absolutely annoying to play against, but they have an increased success rate on aggressive catches of 55 plus yards, regardless of coverage, aka they're catching it if the ball goes 55 yards. We have a Wrecking Ball. When into the zone, this ability increases their success rate on the next 3 trucks or stiff arms. That is also in Madden 20. Grab and Smash in the zone, they have an increased success chance on stiff arm and truck attempts following the catch. Also at Vanguard in a zone, they are nearly guaranteed dominant impact block wins. Selfless, all on-field teammates enter the zone. When they get that universal coverage, of course, to enter the zone, they are nearly guaranteed knockouts, which that's basically from Madden 20, but they changed it. Universal coverage is just better man and zone in Madden 20. Now in Madden 21, it just says they are nearly guaranteed knockouts. So kind of interesting there. Superstar abilities that no player has. Homer, playing at home, player's ability can easily enter the zone. Protected, passers with this ability receive better pass blocking from their offensive linemen. And human joystick. Well, honestly, guys, I don't even know how long this video was, but I guarantee it was definitely over 20 minutes. I think I've been recording for maybe 25-30 minutes. So with that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure you guys drop a like on the video, and of course hit that sub button down below. Those are all of the abilities in Madden 21. Let me know down below which ones you think are the most overpowered, which ones you think maybe should be changed a little bit. I don't really think there's a lot of overpowered ones. I think Avalanche is unique. Definitely unique, and definitely will cause me to break in controller this year. But with that being said, guys, hope you did enjoy the video. I'll see you guys next time.